What's up, guys? It's me, Sebastian, and today I'm going to tell you about Parappa the Rapper. All stages. This is the first stage. The chapter begins with Parappa, PJ, Sunny, and Katie watching a movie titled Jet Baby, where Jet Baby saves a teddy bear from a large green monster with one eye. After they leave, they go for the local burger joint, Chunky Burger, in which they each order their food. However, two bullies enter the restaurant, only for the glass doors to close on the second bully's face. They walk in and approach the table to harass the group for their food and flirt with Sunny, who shows no interest in going anywhere with them. Suddenly, Joe-Chin bursts dramatically from the toilet and flies in to stop the bullies. And talks them both down in a speech that becomes sped up as he goes, shooing the gang away as a large number of speech balloons start suddenly appearing, all except for Parappa, who fantasizes about becoming a hero too, pictures himself fighting the two bullies and coming out victorious. But he wonders how he would go about doing it, that is until he convinces himself that he just has to believe in himself. On his way to become a hero, he goes to Chop Chop Master Onion's dojo, to whom offers his mentoring to help Parappa, but only if he can keep up with him in a rap. Thus the stage itself begins. After the song, it cuts to Joe-Chin finishing his self-introduction, planning to knock the two bullies out, only for them to faint from his introduction. Now for the stage. The song takes place in Chop Chop Master Onion's dojo with red walls, a pink ceiling, and a tatami floor. Chop Chop Master Onion and Parappa stand on the mat in the center of the room, while Kodomaneji students observe and do their katas around them. On the right wall, there's a deer head mounted on it, along with a round sign with an onion on it to the left of the main doorway, and another sign with the words Chop Chop and a knife on it to the right. I'm going to tell you about end-of-level dialogue. Chop Chop. Okay, so this is the good dialogue. That's it for today. Good job, Parappa. You can go on to the next stage now. Yahoo! Alright. This is for the cool one. That's it for today, Parappa. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Alright, thank you, teacher. This is for the bad and awful. Again. What? Now for the mode difference. The instrumental will change into a low-pitched piano, followed by the classic duck quack, and Chop Chop Master Onion will start being a bit tired. On awful, the instrumental will change again into a suspenseful synthesizer that rises and falls resembling a horror movie, and it is also followed by the classic duck quack. Chop Chop Master Onion will be extremely tired. Now for some trivia. If the wrong button is pressed, one of the Kodomaneji students will pop out from under the tatami panel that Parappa is standing on. Sometime between the events of Parappa the Rapper and Jamarami, the dojo was destroyed. It could have had something to do with when Parappa goes into cool mode and Chop Chop Master Onion blasts out of the dojo, breaking the walls and ceiling in the process. Now I'm going to tell you about Instructor Mussolini's stage at You Drive You. The chapter begins with Parappa, PJ, Sunny, and Katie eating ice cream and donuts at Fat Donut, a local hangout and donut shop. Sunny asks the others what they would like to do. Parappa suggests they go to the beach, and they all agree until Katie mentions their lack of transportation. PJ, between the lickings of his ice cream, also mentions the fact that they need to get a license too, as none of them can drive. Just then, a long red limo known as the Super Stretch Limo 900 pulls up in front of Fat Donut. Parappa and PJ discuss the fine details with vinyl cheetah textured seats and a maximum speed of over 463,243 kilometers. The limo stops in front of them, and out of it steps none other than Joe-Chin, asking them about how impressive is his no car, to which Parappa and PJ respond positively. Joe Chin tells them that it's a convertible and brags about it, how it is capable of leaping tall buildings in a single bound. He then asks the girls if they'd like to ride with him to the beach. They accept, but only if Parappa and PJ can go too, to which Joe Chin agrees. Letting the girls sit up front with him, but leaving the boys to sit in the back behind the pool and the exhaust pipes. Joe Chin backs up and crashes into Fat Donut, causing the owner to fly out of the booth and all the donuts to spill out in front of the back of the car. Into the back of the car. Yeah. PJ starts eating the donuts, both dizzy from the impact. Joe Chin quickly drives away the exhaust pipes, emitting filthy smoke clouds from the guys' faces. Parappa then pictures himself driving his own car, flight capable with wings. With Sunny sitting next to him, he decides to muster up the enthusiasm to get a license so that he can impress Sunny. He goes to U Drive U to get his license, in which instructor Mussolini tells him that Parappa can pass if he performs well in her rap. After the song, if beaten in good mode, Parappa goes to get his license photo taken. However, a falling piece of confetti lands on his nose, causing him to sneeze at the last second, which spoils his license photo. However, if beaten in cool mode, Parappa does not spoil his license photo. Now for the place where the stage takes place on. Sorry about that. My couple Wii games fell down. Now, as I was saying, the song takes place in a yellow car with a white triangular "You Drive You" sign and red text on top. A few seconds into the song, the hood flies off, revealing the steering wheels and the blue and red gas and the brake pedals. Multiple signs can be seen on the sides of the road. But there's a green sign with the text "Rest Area 5 miles" on it with a diamond-shaped merge sign below it. A white "No Left Turn 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. sign is a red text, a white "No U-turn" sign with a black arrow pointing to the right below it, a white "No Turn" sign in red text with a black "Keep Right" sign below it, and white text, a black arrow with a green "Exit 3 North" sign below it, a yellow right turn sign, and the same sign with a triangular children's sign below it. On bad mode, all these signs are replaced with a slippery road sign and a detour sign on top. And on awful mode, they are replaced with red danger signs. Now for the end of level dialogue. That's because you just got your license. Woohoo, yes! Yeah, my boy. Yeah, you're my boy, are the best. Whoa, really? I want to thank you, teacher. And the door. You gotta do it again. What? Now for the mode differences. On bad mode, the instrumental will change from G major to E minor, making it sound more depressing and sad, followed by an additional descending piano tune. The camera will change into a first-person view to show how badly Parappa is swerving the car left and right, and all of the signs that appear next to the road will be replaced into a slippery road sign, followed by a detour sign on the top. On awful, the instrumental will change into a more repetitive version of the bad loop, making it sound like Halloween. Parappa is still swerving the car left and right. The camera is still first-person view, and the car starts shaking as if the hydraulics are failing. All the signs that appear next to the road will be replaced with the red danger signs. Now for some trivia. When the cutscene introducing Instructor Mussolini, with every extreme close-up of her face, her nostrils flare. If the wrong button is pressed, Parappa will pull the steering wheel off. And Parappa the Rapper 2. During the first chapter, the U Drive U building can be seen in the background when Parappa and PJ are walking down the road. When Instructor Mussolini closes the car door, a faint yet satisfied "humph, humph" can be heard from her before resuming her rap. However, in cool mode, it's replaced by the same scream she makes in the cool entrance. In the parts where Parappa must turn the car, if the opposite shoulder button is placed in place of the intended button, the car will spin out and go straight into the intersection. Despite this mistake, it doesn't affect the ending. If the up button is on the if the up button of the D-pad is pressed, you can find Prince Fleaswallow on the side of the road. In Parappa on screen, a different audio of Failing Cool mode can be found, similar to Instructor Musha saw. The original Bad Awful ending had Instructor Mussolini say, "That's because you gotta do it again." This was likely changed because the player could fail before the last line. The song samples the 1971 song Turtles Have Short Legs by Cad. In bad mode, the turning of the instrumental will change from G minor to E minor, followed by Halloween Piano Shuffle. But during the awful mode, it is a repetitive loop of the Halloween Piano Shuffle from bad mode. Now for the third stage with Prince Fleaswallow. The chapter begins with Parappa driving away with his dad's car, who chases after him, shouting that he had only had his license 10 minutes. Because the PJ, Sonny, and Katie conversing. When Parappa stops next to them, he walks out, much to the shock of the three. They all get in the car and start driving at the mountains, and Parappa ends up driving the car off of a cliff. However, the car continues undamaged, but Parappa starts daydreaming about going on a romantic date with Sonny, making him lose focus on the road. Just as he was about to give her a great big kiss, he has a head-on collision with a freight truck. This sends the car sailing into space, allowing Katie to snap some photos in mid-orbit before slamming back down onto the road. This completely destroys the car, making Parappa wonder how he's going to repay his dad. He then plucks up his courage and hastily starts looking for a job. Parappa eventually decides to sell at the flea market, where Prince Fleaswallow has been sitting at the back of its canopy, stating that the most important thing about selling goods in this flea market is love and not money. He tells Parappa to follow his lap, and thus the stage itself begins. The song takes place under Prince Fleaswallow's canopy, which is colored pink with black spots and has a yellow sign with Master Prince Fleaswallow written in dark pink text, and a dark pink sign next to it with great big sail written in yellow text. At the back of the canopy, there is a rug with Prince Fleaswallow's face on it in the center, and clothes neatly hung around it. To the right of the canopy, more goods can be found to the right of the canopy, and on green and orange mats in front of Prince Fleaswallow and Parappa respectively, including a red truck, a skunk, a red pump, and 2 bottle caps, which are all used during the song. When in bad mode, Prince Fleaswallow's tent starts caving in, and the bass of the instrumental will stop playing. When in awful mode, the Master Prince Fleaswallow's sign falls off, the piano of the instrumental will play a piano shuffle, followed by an epic drum solo, and a sombrero falls onto Parappa's head. Now for the end of level dialogue. Hey, your papa is going to be very proud of you. Let me know if you have another flea market. I will help you, or you'll help me. You got that right, teacher. Thanks a lot. Yeah, man. Now you can get a better car than Joe China. Can I beg you a ride? Sure. But I need to get any car first. Come on, let's do it all over again. All together now? Are you serious? Man. Come on, let's do it all over again. All together now? Are you serious? Man. Oops, sorry, I accidentally did that. Now for the mode differences. On bad, the bass of the instrumental stops playing and Prince Fleaswallow's canopy will start to shake, but still the drums are still the same like good mode. On awful mode, the Master Prince Fleaswallow's side falls off. The piano of the instrumental will perform a piano shuffle, and the drums create an epic drum solo that follows the rhythm. Prince Fleaswallow's canopy will shake even more, and a sombrero will fall on Parappa's head. Despite being a rap song, it has some reggae rhythm in it. If the wrong button is pressed, a hubcap will fall on Parappa's head. Rich Flea Swallow's Rap is the first song in the Parappa Rapper series in which the lines rhyme. Parappa still wears the sombrero from Waffle World on stage 7. Noodles can't be beat when he says, Mexican! Now for the fourth stage with Cheep Cheep, the cooking chicken. The chapter begins with Parappa, PJ, and Katie at Fat Donut, which has been poorly repaired after Joe Chin backed his car into it, with a sign now having Flat Donut written on it. The trio prepare for Sunny's birthday and decide who to get the presents. Get the cake or set up by playing Jenkin. After 3 rounds, Katie gets to set up the party. PJ gets to bring the present, and Parappa gets to get the cake. Parappa goes to the local cake shop, but couldn't decide whether to get a 3-layer pink Total Love cake with hearts decorated on it, or brown cake with daisies on it. But being short on cash, he settles on the daisy cake and buys it. He then imagined Sunny being completely ecstatic about the cake. However, the moment Parappa steps out of the cake shop, Joe Chin shows up to one-up him and shows off the 42-layer cake that he got for Sunny, explaining in his usual long-winded way, which each layer represents as a step in his supposed relationship with her. When Joe finally finishes explaining his cake, he jovially slaps Parappa on the back, but at the same time failing to know his own strength, knocks him over, causing him to fall face first into his newly purchased daisy cake. Immediately after, Katie lays into Parappa with a brutal scolding. After he wonders what he would do to get a new cake, he gets a brilliant idea and decides to bake a cake by watching Cheep Cheep the Cooking Chicken show. This is the stage. The song supposedly takes place in Parappa's kitchen, with green walls with several kinds of vegetables on them, and a black sign with Cheep Cheep written on it in purple text on Cheep Cheep's sign. Behind them are 2 purple ovens on small brown counters, and in front of them are much longer counters with chicken legs on the sides and a white countertop, with bowls and cups littering them, along with a bag of seafood for the cake. When in bad mood, Cheep Cheep gets out of the TV and stands next to Parappa angrily, and in awful mode, Cheep Cheep starts bouncing up and down, her face reddening in rage. Now for the end of level dialogue. Okay, that wasn't so hard, was it? No problem, but how'd you get out of the TV? That's my boy, that's my big boy. You are awesome. Hey, seafood cake is okay, but you should try my cheap cherry cake for only $9.95. Yeah, I think I'll add it. Now for the bad and awful. Beep, 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 beep. Which is something for try again. Now for the mode differences. On cool, the instrumental is the same like good mode, but the quality is higher. Cheep Cheep will say, you don't need me, I'll just turn the TV off and rest. On bad mode, the instrumental will change into the first half of Cheep Cheep the Cooking Chicken's Rap, which is the same intro from good/cool mode at first, and then only the clavinet from the first half of the instrumental is playing. Cheep Cheep will also get out of the TV, causing it to not air, and she gets angry. The instrumental is also followed by the classic Duck Quack. On awful mode, the instrumental will change into the second half of Cheep Cheep the Cooking Chicken's Rap, which features the loop of an electric banjo chord progression that features of F minor to F minor to B minor to B minor to A minor. It also features the Duck Quack, a shorter version of the second half of Cheep Cheep the Cooking Chicken's Rap. During awful is played during the bad/awful ending. Cheep Cheep is furious at Parappa, as if her face is reddening with rage, causing her to fly around and bounce up and down angrily. Now for the trivia. The theme music of Cheep Cheep's show is a slower version of Tijuana Taxi by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. If the wrong button is pressed, the stove next to Parappa will combust violently, causing him to fall back. The line costs money and time's just what we don't have. comes from the fact that he had used all his money to buy the cake in the cutscene before this stage. This stage is widely considered by players to be the most difficult stage in the game. This is likely due to players needing more precise timing and extra notes in between to complete it. In addition, the more lenient timing introduced to most stages in Parappa the Rapper Remastered does not apply to Cheep Cheep the Cooking Chicken's rap, increasing its relative difficulty. To celebrate Parappa the Rapper's 25th anniversary, PlayStation Japan made a tweet including a tutorial on how to make a seafood cake. There's an error in the chapter's cutscene as after Katie wins their first round of Jacob, her role is shown as producer, but after Parappa's role is announced, it switches to director. Additionally, when Katie announces Parappa's role, his name is misspelled as Parappa.